Hello. We're off on our travels again, and for the next 5 weeks, we're going to be visiting one of the countries on this map. I wonder if you can guess which one it's going to be. Well, I'll give you a clue. The country we're interested in is shaped like one of Louise's boots. Which one do you think it is? Is it this one? No, that's Great Britain, where we live. Well, is it this one? No. Well, I wonder, could it be this one? Yes, that's the one we're after. It's called Italy. There's the toe of the boot, and there's the heel. And about halfway up, we come to a city. I wonder if you can read that. It's called Rome. The city of Rome. And that's where Louise has gone.
Yes, here I am in Rome, right next to the River Tiber. And it's very exciting too, because Rome is one of the most famous cities in the world, and the River Tiber is one of the most famous rivers. As you can see, Rome is a modern city with plenty of big modern buildings and lots of noisy motor cars. At the same time, it's a very old city. Take this bridge, for example. It was built over 2,000 years ago, and it's one of the many things left behind by the people who first lived here. You can see their monuments all over Rome. Buildings like these are the work of the ancient Romans, and much of what they set up is still standing. Another thing they left behind is this statue. It's a wolf, and beneath the wolf are two babies. And throughout Rome, you can see copies of this statue. Now, why should a wolf mean so much to the Romans? And what are the babies doing there? Well, to explain, I'm going to tell you a story, and it's a story that's going to take us back to the River Tiber. Once upon a time, two babies were born, called Romulus and Remus. They were twin brothers, and they were also royal princes. But unluckily for them, they had a wicked uncle who was planning to seize the throne for himself. In order to become king, he had to get rid of Romulus and Remus, so he ordered his servants to drown the babies in the River Tiber. As it happened, the rainy season had come, and when the servants reached the river, they found that it had flooded and overflowed its banks. "What shall we do?" said one servant. "Leave them at the edge?" "Yes," said the other. "I'm not getting my feet wet. Anyway, the water's rising. It'll soon swallow them up." So they left the babies there and went away. But the servants had made a mistake. The waters were not rising anymore. They were going down. And soon the babies were left safe and sound on dry ground. Cold and thirsty, but very much alive. A she-wolf who had come down to the river heard them crying. She had just given birth to cubs of her own and had plenty of milk. What's more, instead of being fierce like most wolves, she was kind and motherly. So going up to the hungry babies, she allowed them to feed from her while she licked them clean and warm with her rough tongue. The wolf looked after them for several days, and then a shepherd found them. He could hardly believe what he saw. The wolf gazed at the shepherd for just a moment, and then walked calmly away. She had done her part, and now it was the turn of the shepherd. The shepherd took Romulus and Remus home, and he and his wife looked after the two babies well. As the years went by, Romulus and Remus grew up into strong young men. They helped the shepherd on the farm and were good at the job, But the shepherd always felt that there was something special about them. They were always the best at hunting and the best at fighting, and more people had begun to follow them. One day, the two young men made a decision. They would give up being shepherds, and instead they would build a new city for themselves. And where do you think they chose for their city? It was a little hill beside the Tiber, close to the spot where the shepherd had found them. At first, all went well. Romulus and Remus worked happily together building the walls. But then the question arose, which one was to be the king of the new city? They were twins. Each had an equal claim. They decided to settle it by looking in the sky for signs that the gods would send them. Remus tried first, and when he climbed a hill, he saw 6 vultures flying by. A strange sign. Surely this meant that he was to be king. But now it was the turn of Romulus, and Romulus saw 12 vultures. "My sign is better than yours," he told his brother. "I am to be king." The people felt the same and shouted, "Long live King Romulus!" Suddenly Remus hated his brother. He felt cheated, and to show how little he thought of Romulus and his half-built walls, he jumped over them. "Who wants to be king of a place like this?" he said. "You'll never finish these walls." Then Romulus was filled with a terrible rage. He leapt on his brother, and with a tremendous blow he killed him. "So perish all who leap over my walls," he said. And then he turned to building his city again. When it was finished, the people made Romulus king, and he called his city Rome. And in honour of the wolf that had saved his life, the people put up a bronze statue in the marketplace. And to this day, Roman children are never allowed to forget the story of Romulus and Remus, the babies who were saved from the Tiber by the she-wolf.
That's where Romulus founded his city, on that hill behind me, the Palatine Hill. It wasn't a very big city to start with. That's because to start with, there weren't very many Romans. But gradually they grew in number, and the day came when they needed to spread out from the hill. Now the land between here and the river Tiber was just marsh, so they built a drain called the Cloaca Maxima to draw the water from the marsh into the river Tiber. You can still see the mouth of the Cloaca Maxima, and it was so well made by the Romans that it's still sometimes used. And once the land was drained dry, the Romans began to build. Now Rome wasn't built in a day, it took time. But year after year they went on with the work, and soon this area where I'm sitting now was covered in splendid marble buildings.
Some of the Romans were very rich and powerful. But most of them led quite ordinary lives. As in any big city, there were shopkeepers and traders, and they would set up their stalls wherever they could find some customers.
Ancient Rome was a huge place, and it was home for over 1 million people. We know quite a lot about the people who lived there from the pieces of sculpture that have been found. Here's a man selling knives for the kitchen, and here's a little boy fast asleep. He looks as if he could do with an early night, doesn't he? And here's another scene you might recognize. Were any of you late for school today? This boy was, and here he is saying sorry to the teacher. Yes, the Romans had schools just like we do, and that's what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the program. In fact, we've built a Roman classroom in the studio. Let's go and have a look at it. Here it is. It's a bit quiet at the moment, But if I say a magic spell, I might just be able to fill it up with a Roman teacher and his pupils. So let's give it a go, shall we? Romans first and Romans last, out of the present and into the past.
Right, Marcus, what month is it?
Januarius.
Januarius. Now then, I want you to write down the rest of the months on your tablets. Sextus, would you hand them out, please?
Excuse me. I'm a stranger to Rome. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
No, please do. What's a teacher for? My name's Quintus, by the way.
Oh, hello. I'm James.
James, that's a strange name. What can I tell you?
Well, for a start, where's the rest of the school?
Rest of the school? There isn't any. This is the school.
Really? Doesn't look very big to me.
It's a perfectly good size. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course it is. Well, what do you teach them here?
What do you learn here, children?
Reading, writing and arithmetic.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic, eh? Well, you say you do reading, but I don't seem to be able to see any books around here.
That's because you're not looking properly. What are these?
Well, I don't know.
They're books, you fool. Oh, goodness me. You don't know much, do you? History of Rome by Livy. It's a good book, this. Full of good stories for the children, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I begin to see how it works. Yes, it's not separate pages, it's just one big long roll. And you just turn it when you want to get to the next bit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
Careful. It cost me a month's salary, that book.
Oh, sorry. I notice the children aren't writing in books like these.
Oh, no. Paper's far too expensive in Rome for that. What they're using are these tablets. Antonius, let's have a look at yours, huh? Right. Thank you.
What's that surface? Is it wax?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
And you scratch the letters on with this thing. It's called a stylus. And if you make a mistake and want to rub it out, you just use the other end of the stylus, and then you can start again.
Oh, that's good.
And if you're the sort of child that makes a lot of mistakes, that can be very useful, can't it, Antonius?
Yes, sir.
There you are.
Very
Bring it back
good.
now.
What's that thing they all wear around their necks?
Oh, that's called a bulla. All our young children wear them. Can I borrow yours a minute, Camilla? You see, it's just a small container with inside it a scrap of paper.
Ah.
And written on it is a secret charm to bring Camilla luck. I'm not going to read it because it's Camilla's secret.
Oh, I see.
There you are, Camilla. You can have it back now. Well, now I think I better see what they're up to. Will you excuse me?
Certainly.
Now then, children. Anybody got to the last month? Which of you? You have? Oh, that's good, Sylvia. Let's have a look there. Yes? Good. How about you, Lucy?
They say that when in Rome, you should do as the Romans do. So why don't you each make yourself a lucky bulla? You take a circular piece of cloth, punch about 9 holes in it, then get some string and thread the string through the holes. All the way round until you come back to the one you started with. That goes through there, and you pull tightly on the string, and there's your little bag. Then think of a good luck charm with your name on it, write it on a piece of paper, and pop it inside.
Now, children, I want you to write something for me. Let me see. The story of Romulus and Remus. You all know that, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, good. Right, off you go then.
They've gone, but never mind. We'll see them again next week. And meanwhile, you could be making yourselves some Roman books. And you could start your books off by writing all about Romulus and Remus, just like the Roman children were doing. Oh, and here's a Roman word to end with. It's vale. That's the Roman way of saying goodbye. So till next week, vale.